So I must say I've been quite good in the meal choices that I've made for both Iftar and Sahoor in trying to maintain healthier eating habit during this holy month of Ramadan. And I must say, since I embarked on this journey, this healthier lifestyle, I've gotten a lot out of it. I mean, I was one of those people in the past where during Iftar I would eat anything and everything that was in sight. In the last couple of years, I made it a point to kind of embark on a healthier eating habit. I've always battled with my weight. I've been one of those people who has battled with their weight from a very young age. And I've come to the conclusion probably it's a battle that I'm going to have to fight for the rest of my life. But in the last couple of years, I've tried to kind of reduce what I eat and try to make healthier choices as to what I eat. When I started this particular journey for this Ramadan, my initial intention was to do a green eating plan. I had wanted to only drink green juices, eat only green vegetables, and eat only green food, green fruits, green food, green vegetables. But while I've not been able to completely streamline myself to going only green, green does make up a large part of my diet. One thing that I have stayed with since I started this particular eating plan is green juice. And every single day I make green juice, and that's what I take for, iftar. It makes a large part of my diet. I've grown to love green juice so much now that I've promised myself that even after Ramadan, I will try to inculcate green juice in my daily diet or try to take it every other day. Today, I decided to go not just African, but to go very Nigerian, and to specifically mention I wanted to go Yoruba. Today, I really wanted to have something that was very, very traditional. So I went for the traditional Yoruba meal of eforiro. Eforiro is one of I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, as the Yorubas do, eforiro. Well, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. But it's one of the dishes that I learned how to make quite early on. If there's one thing that I can say about my mother, is that she's a food expert. She loves to cook, and she cooks very, very well. And, most of the children that she had were girls. And growing up, it was one of the things that she kind of made us learn, was to learn how to cook. Being a traditional Hausa Fulani woman, she taught us how to cook Hausa Fulani traditional dishes. But she didn't discriminate. She taught us how to make Yoruba dishes, Igbo dishes, dishes from Calabar, South, all over Africa. And being a diplomat's wife, she learned how to cook other African dishes. She taught us how to make Ghanaian dishes, East African dishes as well. She taught us how to make Indian dishes, how to make Chinese dishes, European dishes, continental dishes, even not South American dishes as well, yes. And even dishes from the islands, from Bahamas, some of the traditional dishes that you get in Jamaica. She taught us how to cook. So it was one of the things, I'm quite proud of. I remember when she was teaching us each individually, her daughters, how to cook. It was a bit of a pain at that time, but I've grown to kind of appreciate what cooking has brought to my life and what I can offer to people around me. And it's one of the things that I really enjoy doing. It's one of the habits that I really, I love to cook. And I think it's the same with most of my sisters. So eforiro was one of the Yoruba dishes that I learned how to make very earlier on. I mean, it's not yet time for iftar. And the reason why I've cooked early today is because I made eforiro. So because I made eforiro, I've made it for the whole house. So everybody that's going to break fast today, after they eat their traditional kunu and kose, that is pap and akara, they'll probably go back and eat the eforiro. And I've made it today with another traditional African dish, well, Yoruba really, is amala. Now, eforiro you can have with pounded yam and with semo and some other starch-based African, dish that goes with the swallow, as we call them. But I decided to make amala today. I find that a lot lighter. It's a lot lighter than say, pounded yam, and even a lot lighter, I find, than semovita. I also like to eat it with a traditional Hausa carbohydrate-based meal, which is tuwon shinkafa. But I still find tuwon shinkafa to be a lot more heavier than amala. So I made this effort with amala. That's gonna form the main part of my iftar, together with my green juice and my customary sparkling water. Those that have followed this meal, this journey that I've been on this. Sorry, I can't. For some reason, I can't speak today, but I have to be able to get through this video. Those that have followed this particular journey that I've been on during this Ramadan know that I like to drink sparkling water, because sparkling water makes me feel very full. And part of the reason why I think I've eaten a lot in the past is because I really want to feel that sense of fulfillment. I want to physically feel that I'm really full. And, drinking sparkling water does that, makes you really feel. I'm sorry, I can't, for some reason, I can't speak today, but I just have to try to get through this video. So, I drink sparkling water every single day, and that's what I'm going to have today with my F4 and my amala. Now, in the past, I can tell you, this may seem like a small bit of amala, but from the way I feel and the way that I think my stomach has adjusted to the amount of food that I've been eating during this Ramadan, I think this will be well enough. And because it is amala and effort, I don't think I need anything in addition to this meal with the green juice and the sparkling water to make me feel full. I probably would have some fruit to accompany that in the past, but I think this is enough. In the past, when I used to eat for the heavens, or I used to eat for the gods, I would eat maybe 4 pieces of this with the soup. But I think this is enough. Since I've started eating a lot less, my stomach has adjusted to it, and I think this is more than enough. What I have done, as you can see, is I put a lot of the stew, the soup, the effort, I put a lot of it in there. So I think that would be enough, even if I wasn't full enough and I wanted another piece, I'd probably just add more soup to that. And, since it's vegetable based, and I'll be able to eat that. And one of the things that myself and some of my sisters have done, because we like a lot of traditional African food, what we find is, even though it's very, very tasty, those African flavors are there in all our traditional African food. We find that it is not the healthiest food to have either. You find that with almost every traditional African meal, there's going to be a lot of oil in there, palm oil or groundnut oil, or whichever oil that one chooses to use. You're going to have a lot of protein in there, there's a lot of meat in there, there's a lot of fat in there. And then you have a lot of all the vegetable that is there are cooked so much that I believe that all the nutrients have been cooked out. And then, of course, you accompany it with starch. And that is what you're going to be eating if you're going to eat traditional African food on a daily basis. So a few of my sisters and myself have developed a kind of method of cooking African food where we still preserve those African flavors, but try to make it low fat. Try to break down the fat in a way that does not compromise that beautiful African taste. And that's the way I've cooked this. I think what I will do is, even though I'll put ingredients, or the recipe rather, of how I've made my efforiro, I think at some point I'll probably put either on my social media outlets or on my website or my blog, I'll give the alternatives of how to cook it in a low-fat manner and how to cook it the ordinary way. So maybe people out there can try and see if, once they do both, if the taste is compromised in any way. So that is going to form my iftar, and that is the only thing I'm going to take for iftar, and I honestly do believe this is going to be enough with the way my stomach has adjusted to this lower eating, this healthier eating habit that I've embraced. So for Sahoor, I'm going to show you what I'm going to eat for Sahoor, even though this is not going to be what I will eat for. This is not going to be the exact plate that I will eat for Suhoor, but I've made it in advance, and just for the purpose of this video. I mean, it's salad. I've made salad for today. I'm going to have salad. I think with this full African meal, I don't think I need more than this lovely light salad for Suhoor. And like I said, I've made this well in advance, so this definitely will not be the actual meal that I eat, but it's going to be the same salad that I make. So this salad, I've made it from rocket. I love the taste of rocket lettuce. I've made it from rocket, cabbage, I put coriander in there, lots of coriander, and parsley. I love the taste of both coriander and parsley. And I've just put a bit of mint leaves in there as well. And I've got cherry tomatoes in there. I've made croutons, which, normally I make croutons from bread. I make croutons from bread. The normal croutons that I make is I take a piece of bread, I toast it, I put some butter and some garlic. I kind of put butter and garlic in there. And, I put some olive oil and I put that in the buttered part with the garlic. I put that face down in some olive oil on a frying pan, and I kind of fry it and then cut it up, and I make that into croutons. But with this particular one, what I've done is, because from the other day I had some leftover wheat naan that I made myself, so I just use that. I put some a little bit of low-fat butter. I melted that in with some garlic and some black pepper, and so I crush the remaining brown naan, and I put it inside that butter with garlic, and so those are the croutons that I now put in there. And for the dressing, what I did was I put some lemon juice, some olive oil, some garlic, crushed that up and kind of sprinkled it on top, and that would be, it's a bit like some of the Lebanese salad. I love that dressing, the lemony part that comes out, then you have the garlic, of course some salt in there as well. So that would be what I'm going to have for Suhoor. I'm also going to have that with 2 bananas. I like banana, I love bananas. It's one of the things that I like to eat. So, I was deciding which fruit to have today. And because I've got this lovely fruit juice that I've made, I'll tell you how to make it in a minute, without banana in there. So I thought, okay, why not have banana, two bananas, because it's a light salad, so that would go well with the banana. That would go well with the banana. So for this absolutely beautiful fruit juice that I've made, what it is orange juice. I've got some lovely, lovely big round sweet oranges. So I juice the oranges. I juice some clementines. There's a farmer's market not far from where I live, and they sell really, really fantastic fruits. I was able to get some clementine there, and sometimes if you go there, you can get really nice mandarins. So you can use mandarin for this. So I juiced the orange, the clementine as well. Then I juiced some mango. So I juiced some mango. I put it in a juicer, took out the roughage part, got the juice of it, and added that in there. So if you see, you'll see the color of the oranges, and also if you look very, very closely, you'll see a bit of the colour of the mangoes. So I know I'm going to enjoy that because it's all very sweet. The mangoes that we've got presently now in Nigeria are very sweet mangoes, or rather I'm able to get really, really sweet mangoes and get really sweet oranges and clementines as well, and sometimes mandarins, and I like the combination of the two because I love oranges and I love mangoes. So I have that. So now I'm going to really enjoy my Suhoor later on tonight. I'll probably give this away and then I'll make a nice fresh one for myself when I wake up 4 o'clock or 4:30 in the morning to have my Suhoor. So this is my meal, my meal for today. This is my green-based, or not so green, but a little bit green-based diet for today for my for this